Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Today, as always, I have a general reading for you, and as always with any general reading, only take what resonates and leave the rest. It is a timeless message, and spirit will guide you to the message that you need to hear exactly when you need to hear it. For the ease of channeling, I'm going to use the pronouns he and she, but by all means swap them out if they do not fit for you. Okay. Okay, so somebody's irritated. This could be you, or this could that is irritated with someone, or this could be someone that's irritated with you. Just irritated by your presence, like your energy. Basically, someone's triggered by, this could be you or someone else, take it as it resonates, but there's an energy of being triggered and by someone, or someone's being triggered by you. So we're going to tap into that and see what's going on. Okay, something to do with attention. I just heard attention to detail. Somebody may be triggered by your attention to detail. Okay, or you may be triggered by somebody else's attention to detail. We have Knight, be brave and honest. So somebody is triggered by somebody else's conscious living. Okay, somebody is irritated by somebody's purity, somebody's innocence, somebody's ability to stand in their truth and integrity, to be brave and honest. I just heard too good to be true. Somebody thought you were too good to be true. Somebody thought somebody was too good to be true. And they're irritated because they're realizing that you really are pure and innocent. So somebody is, I'm also seeing with this, the gold, I'm looking at the gold hood and the white. The white to me is representing purity, innocence, and the gold is like spiritual protection. Someone's irritated by how divinely guided and protected someone else is. Okay, I'm just focusing on the rose behind them now. And I'm hearing sweet as roses. Wake up and smell the roses. Somebody, he's closed his eyes. His eyes are closed. Somebody's realizing that when it comes to you, they were looking for thorns instead of appreciating the blossom. Does that make sense? They didn't, when they had the opportunity. Right, okay, so somebody was irritated by somebody's purity, and instead of just accepting and showing gratitude and appreciating the blossom, they were looking for thorns, they were looking for flaws, they were looking does that make sense? Am I making sense? because I can see it and I can get the I can, but the words aren't forming, and I'm struggling to get out. I'm struggling to communicate what I'm seeing. It's so they were seeing this pure innocent person, seeing this person as pure and innocent, but instead of realizing that that's who that person truly was and appreciating them for that, they were so focused, right? So whilst somebody was so focused on trying to find your thorns, trying to, your way of being, your positivity, your ability to make conscious choices and decisions, to stand in your truth and integrity and fight and stand firm in your beliefs, was like a thorn in somebody's side. And they've spent so much time focusing on trying to be a thorn in your side, and you're just continuing to stand in your truth and integrity. You're not speaking. He's holding on to his truth. He's holding on it. He's not defending himself. He's ready to defend himself, but he's not speaking. He's not saying anything. And this, someone has spent so much time trying to be a thorn in your side, but you've remained true to who you are. You saw what was going on. They were so busy trying to get a reaction out of you, trying to prove that you were something that you were not, that you were trying to say, going around saying and trying to prove to people that you were catfishing them and that you're not as pure and innocent as you're making out. And they've been so focused on doing that, whilst you've continued to remain true to who you are, remaining in your truth, integrity, handled this situation with grace and truth and faith, and knowing that you're divinely protected and that you're on the right path, and staying true to who you are. You're now like irritating them because they cannot get to you. They cannot find anything wrong with you, and that doesn't mean that you aren't flawed. What it is like, you know that you're flawed, but you've made peace with your flaws. You've made peace with your past, the mistakes that you've made. Therefore, no one can hold it against you. So that's why you're not getting triggered. Confirmation. Okay, confirmation. You're not defending yourself because you've already made peace with who you are, your mistakes from the past, and you're now living more consciously and making conscious choices and decisions. And this is really irritating somebody. Yeah, somebody somebody was a snake in the grass. Okay, somebody that you trusted, or thought that somebody who thought that they had fooled you into believing you could trust them, turned out to be a snake in the grass. And you knew they were a snake in the grass. You knew what they were doing. You knew that they were trying to project who they were onto you, and you didn't fall for it. You didn't fall for the plan. Somebody was trying to play in your face, trying to make out that they were on your side, and then they went behind you and like betrayed you. But what they were trying to do, they focused so much on trying to expose you as something that you're not, that they're now getting exposed for who they really are. Their mask. What I'm seeing here is like two sides of the scales. someone was trying to convince themselves or others that you were that you were a snake in the grass, that you weren't as innocent as you were making out, and that they were the innocent ones, that they did nothing wrong. Okay, so they may have been like telling people that they were innocent, and that really you were the one that was I want to say bullying them. That really you were the villain. Someone was trying to paint you as the villain, and they were so focused on doing this, whilst and you remained true to who you were, not caring what other people were thinking about you, how they were viewing you, because you understood that, and you understand that if people are viewing you in a certain way, it's because it fits their narrative, it fits what they want to believe, and those are not the people for you. Okay, the people that know who you are, know what you stand for, and truly believe in you are going to defend you. Okay, they're going to stand up, and they're going to stand in their truth and integrity and defend what is right. Okay, but there was this someone who tried to get close to you, or was close to you at one point, who was trying to play in your face, and whilst they're being nice to you, they were turning other people against you. I don't feel like you're the only one that they did this to, but you're the only one who's stood your ground and is holding them accountable for their actions. Okay, but what's happened is there was a group that was convinced you were the villain. This person was able to convince a group of people that you were the villain. Okay, but because you've maintained your truth and integrity, they're now realizing that this person is not as pure and innocent as they made out. Things are turning. These people were looking at you as the villain, and so some sort of epiphany, something's clicked, the penny's dropped somewhere, and they've realised that actually you were the innocent party, and that there is somebody who was a snake in the grass to you, who tried to paint you, who tried to destroy your reputation, ruin your reputation, and turn a group of people against you, and they successfully turned a group of people against you. This person, this instigator, this snake in the grass, is being seen for who they really are. There's something has come to light. Something has come to light. This person feels like they're going out of their way to defend themselves against this group that they turned against you. So this group that they turned against you is now turning on them. Something happened. As I started talking about that, it started to get darker. Okay, the light has just dimmed. I don't know if the camera's going to have picked that up. This person that turned a group of people against you and said you were this, that, and the other, said that you were the snake in the grass, is now panicking and in fear because this group are questioning their truth and integrity and what they've been telling people. Something you did, there is something that you said or you did without saying it, if that makes sense. It's kind of like you said something or you did something like, but you're not out here trying to defend yourself, Because the truth doesn't need to be defended, okay? Truth doesn't need defending. If you have to defend something, then it's not something that you truly believe is the truth, okay? That makes sense. If you know who you are and you believe in yourself and you believe what you stand for, your beliefs and all this lot, you do not need to stand up and defend it. You do not need to justify who you are. And there's something in that which is making this group of people realise that you weren't the snake in the grass, that it was this other person, and they were projecting everything that they said you were and what they said that you were doing to them and the way you were with them and the actions and things you were taking towards them. They're realising is what this person actually did to you, and they're realising you're the innocent party. We have Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. Okay. You could have told somebody that you may have tried to expose this person for doing magic on you. You could have said that this person was either psychically attacking you, and that can just be in the form of gossiping and bullying, okay? You could have told people. You could have even told people, in some cases, that this person was outrightly doing black magic voodoo on you, or you had suspicions that they were, okay? This person tried to laugh it off because they were nervous that you were exposing them, and they told everyone that it was you doing the black magic, that you, if you're accusing them, I don't feel like you were accusing, you were exposing. You never outrightly said they were, you said you had suspicions based on what this person had told you. Okay? Based on what this person was saying and doing to you, you told others, somebody else that you thought you could trust, that this person, you had suspicions this person was doing some sort of witchcraft on you. Okay, now witchcraft isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's your intention behind it. Okay, if you're using it to harm others or to get control over others, then you're impacting someone's free will, and there are consequences to that. Okay, but you can place spells on people just by talking negatively about them. If you're in a group of people gossiping and negatively about a person, you're sending ill intention to those people, okay? To that person or that group or whatever it is. And I feel like you're very mindful of that, and that's why you distanced yourself from this snake in the grass in the first place, from this instigator, okay? This instigator, this snake in the grass, convinced others that you were the one doing black magic and voodoo. They tried to, because they were scared they were going to get caught out. People are now realizing that you were telling the truth. I don't know what it is or what's happened, but this snake in the grass slipped up big time. They've exposed themselves. Something they said or something they did, something they wished on you, has this group of people going, whoa, now you're taking it too far. That's, you don't, there's people in this group going, I would not wish that on my worst enemy, and you're saying that this person is your friend. So if this is how you treat your friends, how on earth do you, and you care about your friends, how are you treating the rest of us? What are you doing behind the backs of the rest of us? Everything that this person is doing and that has been shown that they're doing and have done to you, this group are now questioning, have they been doing the same to them? What have they been doing then to them? What have they been doing behind their backs? So they're now starting to question everything. Something that this person did, something to do with this person's truth and integrity, something that they said they crossed a line with regards to someone in this group. There's a line. With most people, there's a line and you don't cross it. There's something that this person said that crossed a line for the people in this group, and they went, whoa. I'm just seeing someone putting their hand up going, whoa, that's enough. That's enough. Stop. You're taking it too far. And then them trying to laugh it off as a joke, and these people are not having it. And they're saying, oh, no. You weren't joking. You were not joking. But this person tried to say that you were doing the black magic on them, because you were there, because of this idea of projection. What you see in others is a reflection of yourself. So this person twisted it to get themselves out of trouble. Okay, but there was something that you posted on social media to do with your beliefs around sending negative energy to others. Okay, something about what this person said. When this person said you were doing it to them, this group of people were like, oh yeah, they've got to be, it must be them, it must be them. But what you're saying and doing, the way you're living your life, you're going out of your way to make sure that you're living your life consciously, that your actions, behaviors don't negatively impact others. So it's not aligning with what this person has said about you. This group are finally waking up to that fact. And there is something to do with your silence. I heard snub. There may have been an interaction with this instigator, this person that turned this group against you. There may have been some sort of interaction where I'm feeling like they tried to come back into your energy. And you snubbed them. In their eyes, you snubbed them. But what you were actually doing was protecting your peace and your energy from them, because you could feel that their intentions towards you were not pure, but you didn't say anything. It was an unspoken, don't even bother. Do not even try it. Do not try me. Because you could feel the energy and you could see the intention behind this. This person was trying to come back. This person was trying to come back in to your energy, but they were doing it in a sneaky way. Like they were trying to slither back into your energy. They were trying to play the old kind of like, I can't describe it, so you're gonna have to, I'm hoping that you'll kind of get what I'm saying. When someone knows that they've done you wrong and they come at you all like, so that you'll take pity on them. That's what this person did, and you weren't having none of it. And in you doing this person's gone like the snake in the grass that they are, gone back to this group of people. Oh, woe is me, they didn't talk to me. I'm a victim, blah, 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 blah. And this group of people are going, hold on a minute. If they're this, that, and the other that you've been saying that they are, why are they ignoring you? You told us that they're obsessed with you. So if they're so obsessed with you, why are you saying that they snubbed you? Why are they not talking to you? If this person is controlling and manipulative, why are they leaving you alone? Why are they walking away from you? People are now questioning if you are truly how this person, this instigator, this snake in the grass has pointed you out to be. Why have you walked away from them? This person's been making out that they walked away from you, knowing damn well that you were the one who walked away from them, and now they've twisted it, and they've, because you snubbed them, you ignored them, you didn't give them what they wanted, they've gone crying back like a snake, like a slithering back to this group of people. Oh, woe is me, they ignored me. And now this group of people are going, but hold on a minute, you said you walked away from them, that you've decided you're walking away from them because they're toxic to you. So if they're toxic to you, why would you be trying to get back in with them? And why would they ignore you? People are starting to question. People are finally starting to wake up and question what they're being told. And this person, this snake in the grass, is now panicking because they're being exposed, but they're exposing themselves because I was just going to say some sort of truth spell. Oh my god, they tried to manipulate the truth. They tried to manipulate the truth. They tried to get you to take the blame. You're refusing to speak to them. You're refusing to open your mouth and say anything to them, because whatever you say, they are going to twist it and run back to this group of people. They're going to twist it and say that you admitted that you were in the wrong. Because they want to save face. They want to... They realise that they're getting exposed. And again, it's just gone dark again. I'm taking that all as confirmation, okay? This person has... This energy of this person, I'm just seeing black, okay? Now, black isn't a negative colour, but it does represent, for me, personally, the dark and the dark. When I see someone as pure and innocent, I see like a white light. I see white. And when I see someone who's got a dark spirit, they may even have a dark spirit attached to them, okay? Or the fact that they've been doing so much dark magic has opened them up to dark entities, okay? That's not going to be for everyone, but this person's energy is very, very dark. It's very, very distorted. And I'm just gonna outrightly say it. I don't know if there's any coming back for them. I genuinely don't know if there's any coming back from that, because usually we have, if someone's in balance, you'll have like the dark and light will be in balance, okay? This person at this moment in time, and that could change, is pure dark energy. They're going to have to do some serious shadow work if they want to come into the light. Whereas the person that they turned everyone against, the energy there is very pure. It's very, you've made peace with your shadow and you've brought your shadow and your light into balance, okay? On the bottom of the deck, we have Air Guardian, shift your perception. Yes, this group of people are looking at this instigator with fresh eyes, with new eyes, okay? With new information. They have new information. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they've been given information. They can find information in the silence. It is like your silence is giving them another piece to the puzzle. The fact that I'm going to use the word snubbed, okay? Because I think it explains the energy really, really well. And I suppose in a sense, you kind of did snub them, but not because you're egotistical and that you're in your ego and you think too highly of yourself purely to protect your boundaries, because you could feel there instantly that their intention towards you was not pure. And spirit were like showing you straight up, your intuition straight up, your discernment is on point, that this person's intentions were not pure. Their intention was to come in and throw everyone under the bus, get information from you and take it back to this group of people. They don't want you they want to they're making out, or they tried to make out, that they wanted to bridge the gap between you and this group of people, but they don't. They want to be seen as the hero. They want to be seen as the mediator. So they've created conflict and chaos purely so that they can look like the hero, basically. But it's backfired on them. It's backfiring on them because you're not playing along with it. You're not playing the games. You're not feeding into it. They underestimated your strength of character, is what I've just heard. They underestimated your strength of character, your courage, your courage to stand in your truth and integrity, even if that means you have to stand alone. Okay? They expected to be able to turn this group of people on you and you crumble. They wanted you isolated and alone. They may have also tried to separate you from... I'm feeling this is to do with a relationship as well. Not just your relationship with this person, but you were in a relationship with someone else. You may still be in that relationship with someone else, okay? But what I'm seeing here is regardless of whether or not they successfully broke up a relationship, and it doesn't have to be romantic, it could have just been interference with your friends, your family, any of your relationships. They just wanted to cause problems in your relationships because what they wanted to do was isolate you from everyone so that you felt like they were the only person that you had. And that's why they tried to turn this group... Part of the reason they tried to turn this group against you is because they wanted you to rely on them, and they wanted to feel like everybody needed them to get along, so to speak. So they purposely went out of their way to cause conflict and chaos just to appear relevant, just so that they could be because they wanted to be the center of attention. They wanted everyone to love them. They need outside validation. They have a serious lack of self-love and self-esteem, because if you have self-love and self-esteem and empathy, you wouldn't do this. You wouldn't go out of your way to cause conflict and chaos for others just to appear relevant, because you wouldn't need the outside validation. We have the Ten of Presents. That's the Ten of Pentacles. On top of this Knight, it says, be brave and honest. This could be something to do with money and finances. This could be just your abundance in general. With the Ten of Pentacles, I do see this as a family card as well. But who you are on the inside is manifesting in the physical, okay? Pentacles are very much about the physical. Everything you stand for, everything you are, your truth and integrity, you don't just, you're a man or woman, person of what you say you're going to follow through with. So if you say you believe in something and you're going to stand up for something, about you standing up for someone as well. There's something about your ability to stand up in the face of adversity, something to do with you standing your ground, even if you stand alone. Someone's seeing this in the physical. Someone is seeing everything that you've been working on within you. You walk your talk. Thank you, Spirit. That's what I was trying to say. You walk your talk. You are walking your talk. You're not just saying something, you're following through with it. There is something that you said to a group of people, because this is giving me group energy. Now, it could be friends, it could be family, it could be with this Pentacles, it could be work, someone at work. There is something that you said to them. You told these people who you are. You warned them. You gave them a warning. I want to say you gave them a warning without warning. You gave them a warning. There's something to do with your beliefs, something to do with you walking away. You warned them that you would walk away. And the fact that we've got the Ten of Pentacles here, there could have been multiple warnings before you walked. You are somebody that if something doesn't align, you walk away from anything that doesn't align with who you are. And now there are people out there that say, oh, I don't believe in this, blah, 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 blah. And then they'll go and do the opposite. Or they'll go somewhere else. There's something here about somebody who is different depending on who they're with. You're not that way. You are the same regardless of who you're around. You stay true to who you are. This snake in the grass does not. And they tried to... Something about you walking away. They were warned. But they were warned by Spirit too. You warned this... You told this person and this group of people that you knew what they were doing without directly telling them you knew what they were doing. You didn't call them out by name. You didn't call them out by name. You didn't name and shame, but you let them know that you knew what they were doing, that you knew they were trying to set you up. But this snake in the grass didn't realise. They thought you were an idiot and that you were getting away with it. Because this snake in the grass, because you didn't directly call them out and you didn't confront them on it, they think that they've got away with it. They thought they'd got away with it, which is why they tried to come back into your energy and try and do the same thing again. But they realised when you snubbed them that they hadn't got away with it, and you knew exactly. We have Ace of Needles. Yes. Truth. Epiphany. The needle, sharp. This snake This snake in the grass felt the sharpness of your tongue, the you didn't even have to speak, okay? The your body language, your face, your energy said everything that needed to be said. You didn't need to physically say anything to them, to verbally say anything to them. You did not need to speak. They felt the sharpness of that, okay? You didn't need to go out of your way to... I'm seeing the Queen of Swords. You know what to say, when to say it, how to say it, but you also know how to use your silence, your body language, your energy to get the message across without getting the message across, okay? There's something about you that you just know how and when and what to say. And sometimes that's just by not saying anything, because you do not need to verbally speak to get your message across, to get your point across. There was something about you. There's something about what they felt the cold sting of the truth. There's something about your energy. You were cold when this interaction happened. They felt a coldness coming from you that they've never felt from you before, and now there's a sense of realizing it's a sense of realizing they thought that you were like, it's that, how can I word this, please, Spirit? When someone's nice to you and you take that for granted, and then you push that person past the point of no return. You're an empath. And as an empath, you're going to be very kind, very nurturing, very empathetic towards others, understanding that there's probably a deeper meaning going on towards them. But when someone pushes you so far, that energy gets cut off. Something about shutting off your emotions when it comes to them. Okay, they pushed you so far, they crossed a line, and you emotionally withdrew from them. So when someone's been feeling that warmth, it's like in the winter, you have your heating on, and then say you've got it on a timer and the timer doesn't, for some reason, doesn't kick in, you kind of get that sharp bitterness of the cold. They got hit with that. That is a truth. The truth that what they needed was that you are done with them. You are done. There's no more talking. You've got nothing to say to them. You do not want to know. They crossed a line. You've emotionally withdrawn. You've taken your energy back. You've stepped into your power. You took your energy back. You took your power back from this person in this situation. They have felt the cold sting of the truth, the sharpness in your unspoken words, in your unspoken communication. Because communication doesn't have to be verbal, okay? It can be written, it can be in your body language, your facial expressions. And I feel like you're somebody who has a hard time hiding your facial expressions. And in your silence, a lack of communication is a communication. But in doing that, it's made them realise that just how nice and empathetic and good and pure you were to them. and how they took that for granted. But instead of doing the shadow work and working that through that, they've gone running back to this group of people to try and turn them against you again. And this group of people are going, no. Because now this group of people are questioning, well, if they've done something wrong, then why would they be turning their back on you? If they were the ones that have been doing all this to you, wouldn't they look for another opportunity to be doing it to you? They wouldn't walk away. You walking away, you're silence, you're not defending yourself. It's telling people everything they need to know. Let's get some more clarification, please. We have the Two of Needles. That's the Two of Swords in a traditional deck. So what I'm getting from this is a conscious choice. They made a choice to impact your free will and try and to do things to you. And you also made a choice. You made a choice consciously to take back your power, step away from this person, this group of people, and this situation, put it in God's hands, take back your power, focus on yourself. I'm getting Queen of Wands energy with this card. Focus on yourself, focus on what it was that you wanted to manifest, focus on what it is that you want to build for yourself, your manifestations. Instead of focusing on what this person in this group were doing, you took everything that they were throwing at you. You took all the bricks that were being thrown at you and you built an empire. You used them to build an empire, okay? Or lay the foundations for your empire, all right? So all this time they've been focused on you. You've also been focused on you. Okay, let's get some more clarification, please. Yeah, Spirit are pretty silent at the moment, and I think that is the key here. Your silence is speaking volumes. We have the Nine of Candles, which is the Nine of Wands. You didn't sit around saying, oh, woe is me, like a little wounded soldier. You didn't sit around like a little wounded soldier. You took that hurt and the pain and the betrayal, the rejection, the everything, that where they were trying to isolate you. You were like, okay, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to use this isolation to shed this layer of myself that keeps attracting these people, to shed the layer of myself where I'm dimming my light to allow others to not feel intimidated by me. I'm going to shed this layer of me that is taking on other people's karma because I don't want them to have to go through it themselves. This people pleasing, everything, you just took this energy and you transformed it into a newer, higher version of yourself. They thought you were isolated. They thought that they'd successfully isolated you and that you were like depressed, sad, missing them, when actually that wasn't the case. You were like, okay, I'm going to take this isolation. Thank you for the break. I needed a break from this person, this group. I needed time to focus on me and my healing, and that's exactly what you did. This person didn't want to believe it. This person didn't want to believe. I feel like somebody tried to tell them that you weren't at home, like pining over them, but they didn't want to believe it. They did not want to believe it. Now they've seen it for their own eyes, and they're realizing, and now they're pining for you. They've been kind of in their ego, celebrated too soon, thinking that you were at home, pining for them, grieving for them, missing them, hoping that you would, make amends and that they'd reach out to you and that, you could, come back together. And actually, they got hit with this big brick wall, okay? It, like, they've been given signs. They weren't taking the hint. They've been being told by spirit that you are not sitting at home pining after them. That it was in their face, hidden in plain sight. Now spirit's gone, okay, do you know what? Bang. Here's the cold hard truth. This person isn't interested. This person isn't looking to get back into your energy. They're absolutely okay over here, right where we want them, right on mission and purpose, living the life that they deserve, surrounded by the people that truly appreciate them. We're going to, the universe, like, we're going to gift them with the ability to transform even further, to the gift of, I was going to say the gift of purpose, and we're just going to basically make sure that they're over here doing their thing and that they're focused. We have the 8, is that the 8 of needles? No, 9 of needles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of needles, which is the 9 of swords. Somebody, but the fact that I brought up the 8 of needles, which is the 8 of swords in a traditional tarot deck, and we have the 9 of swords here, or 9 of needles, again, 9 of swords in a traditional tarot, 8 and 9 of pentacles, 8 and 9 of swords. Somebody, they thought you were trapped in your head, having anxiety and fears and, like, not sleeping because you were so miserable without them, and that you basically couldn't live without them, when actually so they've been out here, like, walking around with this huge great ego, like, oh, they're obsessed with me, they can't live without me, it's just a matter of time before they come crawling back. And knowing damn well, but at the same time kind of questioning, like, why is it taking so long? They may also have done come back to me spells or some sort of love spell to pull you in, and it's not worked. And because I'm questioning, like, why is it taking so long? And then they finally got this interaction with you, and they were like, their energy feels like, oh my god, it's working. Oh, I finally got them on their own. They're on their own. No one else is around them to interfere. I can pull them back in. I can get them back in. I can act like there's no problems between us, so that when I get them back, I can punish them later. And I can run and tell everybody that I was right. They're obsessed with me. They've been pining over me. And then you come along and you just look at them like, really? Like, your energy, your facial expressions is just giving me the energy of, really? Just don't even bother. And then you walking off and you snubbing them, and them like, oh my god, they really aren't bothered. They really aren't coming back. And then realizing that if you don't come back, like realizing, I don't think that they realized at the time, because they were so caught up and so self-obsessed, so making it about them, that they went back to the others thinking that the others wouldn't question it, not expecting the others to go, well, you're making it about you. How would you feel if we did what we did? How would you feel if it was done to you? You're making it about you, and then like you're making yourself a victim. In, you know, and somebody's saying, I can hear someone saying to them, do you know what, enough, I am fed up with your BS, sort your shit out. You do this all the time. We come in, we defend you, even if we know you're wrong, we defend you, but not this time. You've royally effed up. Because now it's impacted what they've done. In the past, they've been able to go up against people, and they've been able to get this group of people to defend them, whether they're right or wrong. This group of people have defended them. And this group of people have got, you know, we'll defend you, don't worry about it, we've got your back, blah, 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 we'll come in, we'll rescue you. And then this time around, this group of people's gone, no, because what you've now done has impacted us. It's had a negative impact for them, because not only have you walked away from this person, you've walked away from this whole group. And it's impacted them on a personal level, and everything that they did to assist this person to go against you is going to come back on them. They are going to have to reap karma, just as this person, this instigator is. But somebody within this group has gone, do you know what, enough of your BS. Sort your shit out. Grow up. Stop making it all about you. You did X, Y, Z. Why are you so upset that this person's not talking to you when you've been over here slagging them off anyway? People are starting to question this person. But now that this person, this ringleader, whoever it is that you snubbed, whoever it is that you ghosted or walked away from, is the one who is now trapped in their head, having sleepless nights, full of anxiety and fear, because you won't give them the time of day. We have the Emperor and the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Candles, Ten of Swords. The Emperor, you took back your power. This person betrayed you. This person betrayed you. They tried to control you. They tried to manipulate you, whilst they were going back and telling other people that you were controlling and manipulative and that you betrayed them. They thought that they were successful and that they could just pick you back up when they wanted to, pull you back in, just to repeat the cycle all over again. But you weren't having any of it. And now they're realising you took back your power, that you took back control of this situation, and you want nothing to do with them. On the bottom of the deck, we have Five of Needles. This is a battle between head and heart. And then realising that your mind is more powerful, that you've come back. Because they haven't grown, because during this time, they had a choice to do their shadow work, to do the healing, to grow, ascend. Okay? They chose to stay stuck and stagnant where they are. Whereas you took this time to focus on yourself, focus on your healing from this situation, this betrayal, working on your discernment, strengthening your intuition, working on your mindset. You did the work. You were doing the work, the inner work, the self-love, all of it. But because they haven't seen you doing this, and because they haven't done the work, they assumed that you were the same person that you were when they last spoke to you. They are viewing you as who you were in the past, not who you are now. Now they've had that interaction with you, they're realizing you've changed. That you are stronger, you are more powerful, and now they're intimidated by you because they're realizing it's not going to be as easy as they thought to get into your head, to get back into your energy. They want to, I keep seeing the Queen of Wands, they want to drain your life force energy. They want to steal, they want your energy. They're having to face some harsh realities. They're realizing that you knew this whole time. They thought you were stupid, naive, and were easily manipulated, which you may well have been in the past if they were doing things and getting away with it because you weren't calling them out on it. So they thought that they were cloaked from you, that you couldn't see. They may have even done magic to cloak themselves from you so that you couldn't see what they were doing. But you knew what they were doing. You may not have seen it to start with, but at some point in your relationship with this person, because whether it be romantic, platonic, whatever, it is still a relationship, it's still a connection, okay? You saw exactly what they were doing. You knew exactly what was going on, but you chose to, I wouldn't say you chose to ignore the red flags. You were just hoping that if you continued to pour into this person, that it would inspire them to make the changes and see the toxicity, the distorted energy that they were holding, and that there was another path. But it got to a point where you realized that you were fighting a losing battle. So you just got to the point where, and that basically it was getting to a point where it was draining you, it was making you physically ill, and your energy, you were still growing and ascending, and it got to a point where your energy was just physically, just, you could not be in this person's energy. It was just, it was just, it just wasn't, you just weren't, you were too far out of a vibrational match. You were not a vibrational match. But this person, because they were so self-involved, because they were so far into their unhealed version of themselves, they could not see that. This person does not know how to hold themselves accountable, and they can't handle it when other people hold them accountable, okay? And you held this person accountable, and you continue to hold them accountable by not interacting with them, and that's why they're attacking you. They cannot handle it. They cannot handle being held accountable. In some sense, they resent you for holding them accountable. There is some anger and resentment towards you for holding them accountable. But this group of people are just not having it anymore. They just don't want to know. It feels like they're starting to turn their backs on this person, and like, no, like they're now holding them accountable and saying, they don't want it. They're fed up. You get to a point, people get to a point where you cross a line, and it's just enough. I don't want it anymore. And that's what this group of people are doing now. They're just like, no, because it's now impacted them directly. They don't want to be involved anymore. Okay, let's get some affirmations to close. Oh no, let's get some more information first. Let's go here. What else does Spirit want us to know about this situation? Okay. I'm taking these. We have whale and orca elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. And we have activated earth, power, places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Yeah, this can't be any clearer. Like, you're enjoying the isolation. They did you a favour. On the bottom of the deck, we have messenger, Sirius energy, bringing harmony and balance. Yeah, absolutely. You're a leader. You're here to show people a new way of being. And in order for you to do that, you have to walk your talk. So what you're doing is leading by example and showing people that what is not bringing them harmony and balance is not for them. That if it's not bringing them peace, then they need to release that. They need to let go of that. Okay, you can do that. That's what you tried to do, I think, with this person, this snake in the grass, and this group of people, was to show them another way of being. But they weren't open to it. So they rejected you because you were different. Because you were showing them a different way, it created this cognitive dissonance within them, that of their belief system of they had to fight for survival, they had to fight for attention, that sort of thing. Those sort of beliefs, those limiting beliefs, okay, it made them question their beliefs. And instead of working with you and moving through those together, they chose to project at you. Okay, now that's when you need to walk away from someone. You are here to help others, but not everyone is going to resonate with you. And even if you understand why someone is doing something, that doesn't give them the right to project at you. Okay, and that is what you're standing in now. You're here to help others, you're here to guide others and be a light for others and show them a new way of being, help them with their healing. But if those people are going to project at you and blame you, then you're going to do it from a distance. The people that are going to come in for you, that you're going to be working with, the relationships that you're going to be having, where you're going to help each other to heal, are going to be those relationships where you are going to question. You're not going to question their beliefs. You're going to make them question their beliefs, and they're going to make you question your beliefs. But instead of projecting, you'll understand, because you're further down the healing journey, you will understand, and so will they, that if that's coming up, then there's something that you need to look at and heal within you, and you'll be able to work with each other and work through that. And you'll find the people that resonate with you and for you. They will hear what you're not saying. They'll understand the unspoken. You won't have to, I'm not going to say that you won't have to clarify yourself at times, but they're going to be willing to understand you. Because they're going to care about you. Now, the people that genuinely want to understand you are going to go out of their way to make sure that they've got clarity, that they've understood what you're trying to say. Because what I'm picking up on is that maybe sometimes you struggle to communicate what it is that you want to say, because you don't have the right words, or you're very consciously aware of certain words holding a vibration that is seen negatively. And so you're very mindful, and you try to be careful about, conscious about the words that you choose, so that you're not misunderstood. You're going to come across people that are going to resonate with that themselves, And they're going to, instead of just looking at what you're saying, they're going to tap into your energy, and they're going to, because somebody can use a particular word or say a particular phrase, but the energy behind it is going to be very different to somebody else using that same word and phrase. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're just going to get you. Okay, people are just going to get you. The people that are meant to be in your life will just get you. Okay, um and if they're confused by what you're saying, they're going to ask for clarity. They're going to gain that information so that they can remain in your life. Anyone that is projecting at you, and I said this in a reading yesterday, I think it was yesterday, anyone that is now going to be projecting at you is going to be removed from you, because you are not here that you can't help them. Okay, you're not for everybody. You're okay with that. um you understand that when you're alone, you're not truly alone, that you're tapped into spirit. You're understanding um that when you're being isolated from others, that there's a higher purpose, and spirit has you isolated for a reason. And you're choosing to isolate, you're choosing to disconnect when things get overwhelming, and you need to take that time to replenish yourself and take care of yourself. You're isolating when you need to be focused on mission and purpose. You may be someone that's going to be doing some traveling. Okay, because in traveling you maybe feel that you're being guided to travel to certain places, because you may be somebody, a healer that clears ley lines. um, if you haven't been doing that, that could be a new gift that is unlocking for you. um, but this person is being isolated by spirit also, because they have shadow work to do. And they're going to be given the option to do their shadow work. Okay, but there are people, what they wanted you isolated, you isolated and were like, that's fine, I'm good with being isolated, that gives me a chance to work on my own healing, focus on who I am, it gives me that time and space. I feel like I can, in them trying to isolate you, it feels like you were able to disconnect, and I feel like you could finally breathe. Like, this person was suffocating you. Okay, so in trying to isolate you, they did you a favor, and it feels like you can finally breathe and be who you really want to be, and you realizing that you weren't able to be your true self around this person. And when you disconnect and you're able to be yourself without people judging or shaming you around certain people, that's addictive. You're not going to want to go back to the people that are judging you and shaming you and expecting you to fit into a box that you don't fit into. There's something about these words, activated earth, that are really standing out to me. And I'm seeing, I know this isn't Stonehenge, but I'm seeing Stonehenge. There's something to do with Stonehenge. Something to do with Stonehenge being activated or reactivated. There's something, it's like a portal, something to do with a portal. Something to do with a portal. Something to do with Stonehenge. Stonehenge is on a ley line, isn't it? I believe. You may be guided to go to Stonehenge. Maybe you're going to be guided to go to Stonehenge for the winter solstice, or one of the solstices. Solstice. I can't say that word. I'm really being drawn to that. If you can't physically travel to a location, if you know that you're being guided to a certain place and you can't physically travel there, you can still send energy to that place to assist with clearing ley lines. Okay, so maybe you're going to be a distant. You could also be astral traveling to ley lines, and it might not just be Stonehenge. It might be, I'm seeing the number 7. There's places all around the world that are linked into portals. And they're all I'm sure, if I remember correctly, they're all connected by some sort of major ley line. They all sit on a ley line, and there's something to do with those main. There's a main ley line. There are ley lines all over the place. I'm seeing, like, you know when you see a film, and I'm going to use Mission Impossible as an example, and like he comes down and there's like alarm systems and you get all the different colours and they crisscross over. That's what I'm seeing with regards to ley lines, that there is a particular ley line that is very prominent. It's rounder, it's thicker, and it's brighter, and it's lit up, so it's being activated. And I've got a feeling, now I stand corrected if I'm wrong, that this ley line that I'm being shown, that Stonehenge, and it's connected to at least six other major structures. I'm going to call them structures, and they're like, with activating within these structures, it's opening up some portals or something. It could be symbolic, okay? It could just be symbolic, but that's what I'm seeing. That's really, really interesting. I'm going to have to go and look that up. But it's something to do with this major ley line. Once it's activated, all these, it's going to help clear. So you've got like major and minor. This major ley line, I'm going like this. It's in a triangle. In a triangle. Something to do with this major ley line that once it's fully activated will activate the minor ley lines and clear the minor ley lines. But you may be feeling guided to go to a particular, it might not be Stonehenge for you, it might be I'm seeing the pyramids as well. You may be being guided to go to some sort of structure to another country, or it may be within your own country, going to one of these big structures to help clear the ley lines. If you can't do it in the physical, you're going to be astral traveling there, or you're going to be guided to send healing out to that particular structure. But I feel like it's like Stonehenge feels something significant about Stonehenge. Now I believe the heart chakra is located in England. The Earth's heart chakra is located in England. Something to do with the heart chakra. Something to do with the heart chakra. Let me just grab some clarification and see what's going on with that. Tell me more about this activated earth, please, Spirit. Activated earth. Oh, okay. I'm just getting a little side message. You have created some sort of awakening within this group of people. I'm not sure about this instigator just yet. I think you have on a minor level, but you activated you activated some sort of heart chakra awakening within this group of people. Let me just get more on this activated earth. Maybe you're going to be finding your tribe at Stonehenge. You're going to be finding like-minded people. You're going to be able to connect with others. We have 5 of Pentacles. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. This, you know, I just heard it from lack to, this is like Cinderella energy, from rags to riches. Okay. This feels like, again, moving. Packing your bags and moving, taking... But it almost feels like a return home. Feels like returning home. What else do we need to know about this activated earth, please? This energy is fascinating, but there's something I'm missing. I can see something, but it's not clear. Page of Pentacles. On the bottom of the deck, we have 6 of Wands, recognition and reward. They're not giving me any more on these ley lines. There's something coming we're not allowed to see. We're not allowed to see clearly. This is giving me something's coming in. But I can see something, but I can't see it clearly. And I'm hearing we're not allowed to see it. It's something like it's being hidden from us. Something that was hidden from us is going to be returned. Something hidden is going to be returned. Something stolen. Something, this could be something to do with money. I said from rags to riches. Something stolen. It could also be with this recognition and reward. We have the sun underneath. With this recognition and reward, this victory, this could be that this person tried to steal your identity, your money, your some sort of destiny swap or something, and it's going to be returned. Something's going to be returned. Something was stolen. This could be world... Do you know what? I'm picking up this isn't just in my personal lives. Whoever is resonating with this, something that was stolen from you is going to be returned. Excuse me. Something that was stolen from you is going to be returned. But there's something that was stolen from the earth. Something that was stolen from earth is going to be returned. Something that was stolen from the collective is going to be returned to the collective. Something stolen from the collective, from the earth. Someone's stealing something from earth. There's something that was stolen from us. that we didn't, something was stolen from us, and this can be personal or worldwide. Take it as it resonates for you. Something stolen, because whatever goes on in our personal lives is playing out on the world stage anyway. Something that was stolen from us is being returned, but there's something on a deeper level that we weren't seeing, that we haven't been seeing, that was being stolen from us. It could be something to do with money, finances, our abundance. Our abundance has been stolen from us. And it's being returned. It's being returned, okay? And we're not going to see exactly what it is. Something that we didn't know was stolen from us. Something, this person, on a personal level, this person or this group stole something from you. Has been hiding something from you that belongs to you. It could be stolen money. It could just be something to do with your reputation. It could be your life force, okay? But there's something deeper that on the world as an earth, something being stolen from the earth. You receiving what was stolen from you on a personal level is going to activate what was stolen and allow people to see what's being stolen from them on a world stage level. Does that make sense? You receiving what is meant for you, you having whatever it was that was taken from you returned to you, is going to, there's something about, on a personal level, what you're going through impacts the collective. You may have a double mission. You may have a double mission where what goes on in your life is what you clear within your personal, when you do your healing, what you're clearing is also clearing on a collective level, okay? So keep going, keep doing what you're doing, okay? Because when you do your healing, what is returned to you is helping to return what was stolen from all of us on a collective level, okay? But spirit are not allowing me to see clearly what that is. I can see something, I just can't, it's blurry. I can't see exactly what was stolen from us. It could be that there's multiple things that were stolen from us, but there's something linked into the ley lines and Stonehenge. And other significant, I was just going to say monuments around the world, okay? Structures around the world. Okay, I'm going to leave it here because I'm going over time. We're going to close out on some affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements about how you want to be, how you want your life to be, and used on a regular basis, they can help maintain a positive mindset. It says, I trust myself, I am wise, I am brave. In my heart, I know that good things are coming my way. Something is coming. Intuitively, you feel something coming. I soothe away anxiety and stress by choosing to do things that help me relax. On the bottom of the deck, we have everything happens according to divine timing for the best results. Yeah, whatever it is that's being stolen is going to be revealed when the time is right, okay? Yeah. This feels to me like reputation. Your reputation is returning. Something's returning. Okay, it could be money, finances, it could be um, something around limiting belief systems, something to do with lack. Something about going from rags to riches, okay? And your just know that your hard work is paying off, and there's going to be some sort of recognition. Someone's going to, maybe this person on a personal level, let's take it back to a personal level for a minute. I feel like this group doesn't know that this person has been stealing money from you or something from you. They're not aware, or they know that something's been stolen. They're just not quite sure what it is. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this reading helps. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.